Well, let's see how my throat holds up today. Last night I tried to do this and I thought I was just constantly coughing. Okay, so I'm on the back end of a cold. I know it's the back end because I'm getting better and better each day. Feeling better, clearer, less congested. The whole bit is gone. So hopefully today is the day that I can speak for a while without coughing and hacking for the entire time. Now, it was like I go through this is real deep kind of congested and it's there still. It still has me feeling it. It's just not, hopefully it's not triggered by my constantly talking because I have to do rehearsal tonight. So, last thing we want there is for me to cough and hack and so. You guys are my final test as to what I can and cannot do. How much recovered am I? Okay, so I have been working this week. I've been getting a few things going. You'll see here that I've got my simulation panel, simulation type panel, which is this is where you'll select what type of game you want to run. Now, I'm okay. Never mind. That's just I got those lines running and they're throwing me off. So okay, this style is what I'm headed for. These more cartoon, bright colored, more just I don't know. They're just better. I like them better. These ones are okay. They have a kind of a bookish look to them. Fits the background theme really nice. But I'm going for a brighter, more cartoony, yet still fantasy style. So I'm still keeping some of the idea of that in the bronze borders, but I'm just lightening things up. I want this kind of style because that's the style of my characters, my football players. So what I need to do now, though, is create what amounts to the matchmaking panel, and its purpose is basically to be the UI that you last see prior to being able to actually watch a simulation. It's the whole thing about it is it's going to go and get your opponent. Now, quick play goes and fetches an opponent. It's a random opponent. It's just somebody else in the league or somebody else in the world or some other game, some other opponent. It doesn't matter what team it is. It's just a chance for you to play. It has no effect on your character's health. I do keep track. I will be keeping track of your records, both a head-to-head, which, if I have lots and lots of people, you may not play the same person very often, unless you do a head-to-head direct with them. So you could actually match somebody you played head-to-head with, or you could pick people and maybe you get beat by somebody and you want to play them again. So you go to head-to-head and you put in their team ID. And there's nothing stopping you from playing the same team, except I do have, there's no technical reason why, but it is a functional reason or a practical reason. I'm not going to allow the same team to be simulating more than one game. So it's to make sure everybody gets plenty. One team doesn't just keep getting picked for whatever reason. It'll say something like, this team's already in a game or something like that. Right now, no danger, don't have any of that. So scrimmage. Now this is a special game style. This is going to be where you can actually run your game situations. You open it up, it'll let you pick your game situation. It'll basically put you down there. Like if you click on it and it's 4th and 2, it'll put you at 4th and 2 at whatever location on the field that matches whatever, and it'll set up that scenario. And then your opponent, whoever you get matched to, is their game plan will pick according to their game plan to match up against you. And this is a scenario that you can get hurt in, but you can only do a maximum number of plays. If you could even let it simulate, so it's going to simulate like what it'll do is it'll simulate like the 5 plays from each quarter, so it'll only be like 20 plays. The maximum numbers you can run is 20. and it's just you picking. So you could pick defensive, offensive. There's only 20 plays. It's a 20 play quick thing. It just allows you to kind of practice and see how your team does in certain scenarios. The other team won't pick anything. So if 20 plays, you could do 5 on offense, 5 on defense, and then on each side. And that's what it'll do by default. If you just say simulate a scrimmage, it'll pick a team, and it'll start running random things. What you won't see, scrimmages don't do kickoffs or punt returns unless you pick them. You can pick them, but it won't run them automatically. It'll just pick regular plays. Head to head, this is you put in a team ID. You actually pick who you're going to go up against. It could be anybody. Scrimmage has to be within your league. So you're only scrimmaging against your own league. Coaching mode is basically it's an opportunity just to go in and call your own plays. And no, I don't allow coaching mode and quick play to overlap, because quick play is actually tracked as such, and therefore to get those have to be actually simulated. Coaching mode will allow you. There's 2 types. There's coaching mode and quick play mode tracking going. But the thing is, if somebody like chooses coaching mode and coaches all the way through it, a person doesn't know if they beat you because you were coaching or because you were using your sim, because there's no record of how that was done, short of it knowing if there's what mode that's in. So you can challenge it. Any team can be picked for you, but it just says this is a coaching mode game and how your team fared in a coaching mode game. And okay. So in all of these scenarios, you're the home team. Well, all 4 of these anyway. League play only runs the next game in a AI league, which means there's no other people. You can just run it. There's no time limits. It's just a solo game, a solo league. Normally a scheduled game. What I may even have is another button here. I'm trying to decide what's going to go here. There is another type. I haven't decided if you're going to be able to fire that one off in mobile phones. This isn't necessarily. This is the full app, mobile or otherwise. But there is a scrimmage style, and I also have to have some means or ways to go view running currently active games, both in your league and elsewhere if you want to. The only time the elsewhere, what I'll have is like highlight games, which we have in maybe a couple of games from like some of the better teams out there, and you can watch them play. Or just maybe it'll just pick a random game and show it whenever it's going. But for a game of the week kind of thing, maybe I'll have a game of the week and other type of game. I don't know, something that you could pick and watch any game that happens to be playing at any time. Games run a specific pace, so as long as the game is going. One of the other features I have is I want to have a ticker running all the time on the game. If there's a game in process, during game times anyway. Maybe it'll even run other things, updates, information, just blah, 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 whatever's going on. As you can see, I'm still hitting the stuff, but it's not as bad, but it's still there. I think part of the problem is I have kind of a deep voice, and you can't really tell right now, but it reverberates inside my throat, and I think that kind of disturbs the stuff in my congestion. It's like, what the heck, man? This vibration is waking us up. I guess we'll see how that has an effect on anything. All right, so do this. Hopefully that'll work. Let's go. I don't think that's actually running anywhere. You may have seen me do this in the past. This is my tool I made. It's a stream updater. It allows me to update my YouTube stream while it's running live. And I have so many images in my screenshot folder. At some point, I'm going to have to... Nah. Perfect. Okay. That is up to date. Now, let's see here. I'm doing all my slow to start stuff here, so I apologize about the slight distractions while I get myself going. And I will try my best to limit the amount of coughing that I'm throwing at you, the clearing of the throat, but we'll see. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to get my matchmaking panel going. So let's go ahead and create that. We will have to make this guy visible. I say I'm going to stop and immediately I start again. All right, so I'm going to try and do this for only an hour, so you'll get to see progress, but we'll see how much. Now, you'll see that this is something I do. This is not something that's normal for anybody else. I don't think anybody does it but me that I've seen. I don't like just having objects in here because I can't tell what they are. I like to know what my objects are, and sometimes you click on it, and I can't tell if it's supposed to be an image or what, and do I recognize it immediately? I just want it to tell me what this is. So these are panels. So I've been putting this PNL extension on them. I put TMP for a text mesh Pro or IMG for image or whatever. That's just the way I mark them. You know, it's just me. I've always wanted to know what my objects and stuff was, even for this kind of probably something from way back when. But the thing is, I would expect it would show you what it is on the inspector, but it doesn't. There's no way. I mean, I guess if you knew what all these parts were and then what they made up, you would know that it's a panel, but I don't know. I don't recognize them. So yeah, I don't know what any of these are. So, I mean, I'm not even sure what the tag is for. Does anybody know what the tags are for? People, if anybody knows Unity better than me, which is probably 90% of all Unity users, please let me know what is the purpose of a tag. Now the layer, maybe I get transparent effects, ignore raycast, water, UI. See, again, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I'm sure there's some purpose in it. I don't know what it is. Okay, so what this is going to be, it basically is just a little screen that's going to show you what team you're going to play, right? So we're going to put this. It's going to go kind of in the center of the screen. I'm thinking something like that. Probably should center it better though, like something like that. And this is probably mostly going to be clear, but I'm going to leave it for now just so that I can see. I don't want it to really have much. I want it to show the background. Or at least that's my current thought. So, so I need to have, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check in my code here. All right, so this is an annoying thing. Bezy does this. I don't know why Bezy does it, but not Claude. But when I do updates, Claude, I think it's Claude 4.5 or whatever the current version of Claude we're on. I think it's 4.5. It creates these MD files. You know, basically it just tells you what it did, what you need to do, blah blah blah, and then it's just an MD file. But for some reason, when Bezy does it, it creates the meta file to go along with it, like it's going to be shown within Unity, which is kind of silly. I need to do something to tell it to stop putting those somewhere. I actually wish those were not actually displayed anymore, but see, because I end up with them all over the place. The README's fine. That's kind of like a standard piece, I guess. But some of these, they're just annoying. It's not that I don't want to keep the MD files. Sometimes I keep them, review them, and then throw them, most of them. But I don't want to check them all in because they're just in the way. So I need to figure out a way to like exclude MD files other than the ones I want. Maybe I have to put MD files like in a certain spot and keep those ones. But I certainly don't want meta files created that go with MD files. Meta files, I think, are just to make them visible to Unity. And so yeah, I gotta figure that out. So we'll stage those. We'll stage that. Maybe. Why didn't that stage? really, what is going on? That's kind of slow to do what I wanted here. All right. And then I have Bezier Sidekick internal. I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's a DLL. Do I even want that? I don't need that checked in. I don't think. I don't know what that is. I mean, I guess because, I mean, it won't do any good if somebody doesn't have Bezier installed, so I don't care. I don't think, and then this is just the junk. So, all right, so let's go ahead and check this in. We'll go sim type panel updates. At some point, I have to tell this thing to stop creating these, or I don't know if I even wanted to tell it to stop. I do kind of like to review them, but some of these are just like extra garbage. All right, so let's go ahead and finish looking through my next steps of my sim panel to kind of match with what I designated I wanted. All right, so we're going to put in this panel, add a UI image. This is going to be user team image. We'll put it over here. And then we'll copy that, and we'll call this one opponent team. We'll take that one and we'll put it over here. Is it versus? It's usually at, right? Right. Usually an at sign. Yeah, let's put versus. We'll say I'm gonna put another image in here, and we'll call this one new UI image. Home image. It's not even a image though. It should just be text. Never mind. Let's go Text Mesh Pro. UI Text Mesh Pro. And then we will copy that. And we'll put that one over here. And this will be visitor title. And let's go ahead and add a component. We'll call it a text. Style applier. For now, we'll just use my only one is the title. And we'll go ahead and center that and that. That one's not centered, probably because it's not in a good place. Whoa, what just happened there? Weird. Why did that get all wonky? Huh? All I did is, whoa, that is weirdness. Why? What? That is bizarre. Why did that do that? Oh, what is going on, man? That was beyond bizarre. Huh. Very, very weird. Okay, well. Huh. Got me, man. I tried to move the visitor thing over. It just totally weirded out on me. Yeah. Okay, so we got home, we got visitor, and we'll put another image in here. This one will just be like versus. Maybe it will be an image for versus. Something cool for that. UI image. This is just going to be versus image. And I don't know yet what that's going to be, but I'm sure I could come up with something that's kind of cool. Yeah, well, we'll come up with something. I don't know what yet. All right, so what am I missing? All right, so we have to have the team matchmaking panel. We got in your team name text, position, below logo. Oh yeah, I need a team name text. Let's go another one, matchmaking title. UI, text mesh pro. Let's close here. And we'll do that. visitor team name, TMP. Let's go here. Text applier. We're gonna go pick this one. We'll go body. And we'll put that center also. And put it in the middle. And then I'll take that. V, and this one will be opponent team name. And we will move that one over here. This will be visitor. Okay. There we go. Now we've got a text and a home and a visitor title and create center versus, create right side opponent. Let's see, team matchmaking, opponent name, add status text. Let's go ahead and do that. UI, text mesh pro. I'll call this one status. Searching for opponent. Go ahead and add a text applier. We'll go here and we'll say body as well. And we'll try to make this one wide enough that we are not. We'll center it though. All right. I'm going to do the same thing with that one. I don't want these accidentally wrapping. If they do wrap, it's going to look really bad. So I don't do no wrap on those things. All right. That's kind of high. Let's take the status text and pull it down just a little further. Probably should add a cancel button. I don't have a lot of cancels. Now, finding an opponent is going to be pretty fast. So there's not going to be a lot of need to cancel. We're not finding a live person waiting to play you. Generally. Head-to-head will be the only one where there's an option where that can be the case. Once you put in a team heading, if that person is online, I think the only thing it has to search for is that person is not active. And if they are active, then it has to prompt them to would like to simulate against you or something like that. I'd like to simulate against your team. There is no option. It'll say something like, would like to challenge your team in a simulation. I don't know. I have to decide how I want to do that. Because head-to-head is the only one that like allows for, I mean, like you're simulating against a specific team. That's the only difference. But what I haven't figured out is how best to implement allowing two people to play against each other live. I mean, that would work, but I have to like, yeah, I have to decide how I want to do that. Yeah, I'm mulling it over in my head. All right, add team matching panel. Okay, so let's go to the matching here. We're gonna go here, add team matching panel. All right, so we got user team logo image. So we're gonna have to go user team. What? Oh, they're using raw images. Ah, God, gotta change all my things. No. Why does it use raw image? Oh, it's because I think that's what my logos are. Shoot. I should have thought of that. I forgot my logos are raw images. Ugh. What else uses raw? Okay, so it's just those two. User team name text, I can do these. User team name. Opponent team name. Status. I don't have a searching animation container yet. Match found container. Okay, so we got to go opponent team logo image. So we will go change these. We're going to go UI raw image. User team logo raw image. And that means I have to get rid of that one. I'll put this one back up here. And then get rid of the opponent team image. Put another raw image in UI. Raw image. This one is opponent, team logo, raw image. I know. I need to change that. Wrong. All right. Now I can put the user team logo. Oops. Nope. Right there. And that one right there. I don't have a cancel button. Let's go ahead and create a cancel button. UI button. I'll put that one down here. And we'll go there, we'll type cancel. This is not going to have much of an image on it either. Actually, I do have images I use for buttons, so only problem is it doesn't use my new styling of images, but it's probably better than nothing for now. And we'll do that. And then I don't remember what text I'm using for that. It's got crap text though. Let's wonder if I could, let's go with text. Let's try my text, my standard text applier. And we're gonna go here. It just doesn't have the color. I'm gonna go body. But here I'm going to change the color to a, I don't know, a sandy brown. I think I was using this one, khaki. Maybe a little too light. Let's try it. Peach puff? No, I don't want peach puff. Oops. Because I have to, oops, dang it. I didn't want to change the text. Alright, so now we'll go back to here. That doesn't even have my border on it. Boo. Boo, no cool border. And let's try that again. I don't know what I was using for the other things, but we'll use Navajo white for now. Alright, I don't think that's centered. I don't necessarily want that to be all the way. We'll see. Oops. Negative 261. Yeah. All right. Now let's take the main piece here. We'll put my cancel button on there. We will also change this to a 1. And we can actually hide the sim type panel for now. And kind of hard to see though in its current state. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to change this to cancel button. And only because it bothers me. Cancel. Text. Alright. And you'll go here. Do I need text? No, I need the search animation container, which I do not have, or match found container. I don't know what those are. Let's go ahead and make this visible slightly more than let's go back up to 50 again. I just need to see it a little bit while I do the rest of this stuff. Okay. Add panel references. Did that. Y references in Unity. Verify the references. Sim type buttons. Kickoff buttons. Sim type button panel. Require C# scripts. Location. Team matching panel. What are those things? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, what is it? Status text. Opponent team. Oh no, I got cancel. Team name, opponent name. Oh, the team matching panel itself? Huh. I don't know what those are supposed to be. Create team references. All right. Well, I don't know what that is. Let's see what's supposed to go in here. Let's go ask. What is supposed to go into these fields? Okay, I think we're close. Also, I don't know. It might be this whole container. I mean, I don't know what these are supposed to be. Yeah, I think there's a lot of extra stuff. I feel like that is a lot of redundant objects. I have created a matchmaking panel with home and opponent logo positions. Just use the opponent team logo, rotating pulsing logos. When we find a match, just stop the pulsing on the team logo, the team selected. When match found, just set the status to match found with a few seconds delay to load the roster, to load the players roster into the simulation panel, and auto close the matchmaking panel. Okay, so let's go ahead and save what I have, just to make sure we're not gonna get broken. I'm letting AI kind of restructure how it's doing stuff. Again, AI tends to overcomplicate sometimes. This works. I don't know how is it gonna mimic pulse min scale, logo pulse max scale? It's reading and deciding if it's gonna let me be right. It's gonna do it my way. It's like, I don't know if I want to listen to this guy. You know, Copilot's willing to debate with you. There are some, you can set settings in it that if it disagrees, it will actually say, you know, it won't say something like, oh, you're absolutely right, we should do it that way. No, if it disagrees with something, it'll tell you that you're wrong, or won't tell you you're wrong, but it'll discuss with you why it thinks maybe you shouldn't do it that way, or you shouldn't, why that might be incorrect. So I think that's kind of cool. AI right now is very much a brown noser. And I think there's times when it's like, really? Do you always think I have the best ideas? I mean, I know I'm pretty smart, but I'm pretty sure on occasion I've been wrong. And, you probably should tell me when I'm wrong. Some people don't have the ego to be told that they're wrong by the AI, but, now AI should do what you ask it if you insist. But if AI thinks to think that you're doing something wrong, it should point out, because there are times when I have actually been telling it it's wrong, and I keep trying to see, and it keeps being wrong, being wrong, being wrong. I'm like, why is it doing this and changing it? There's been times when I did something like I didn't save the file, and AI couldn't see the file because it can't see an unsaved file usually. You have to save it so it could see the code. It's like it's kind of off in memory, and it only sees what's written to disk. And so you got to be careful. AI should really stand out and go, well, I'm seeing this. Perhaps you didn't save the file or something, or sometimes it should check to see if you didn't save, or whatever. It just needs to be able to identify why it thinks it's right and tell you it thinks it's right. No, I'm pretty sure this is correct. You need to, I have seen it lately in, I think Claude 4.5 has actually identified that perhaps I don't have something saved, or I didn't put something in place, or something didn't compile yet, and that's why it wasn't working. But all too often, I've had AI continue to try to correct a problem without ever possibly thinking maybe I had something wrong, or I hadn't done something yet. And maybe I hadn't tried what it tried before but correctly. So I think AI should stick up for itself. Well, let's see what it does. Simplified setup UI, removed all logic for showing hiding container objects, simplified start searching, simplified show match found, streamline animate searching. Now only pulses the opponent logo, not the user logo. Removed rotation animation entirely. Oh, no. Better for the most part. But I still want the alternating opponent logos. Should be cycling through the opponent through all 32, all the team logos while it is searching for a match. When a match is returned, it should lock in the team logo of the found team. Okay, we'll try that. Okay, so I don't know. I'm hoping this is enough. And then I can go ahead and give it a test drive. Now, all this is going to do, I'm pretty sure it doesn't fully work right now. I mean, the code's there. I've put in a lot of the back end code, a lot of the pieces that need to happen for it to go fetch a team. I've even got code in there that's supposed to load players, but all those things are just now getting to the point where they're going to get activated and called, and you know, first time run. Got to expect it's not going to work. But if I can get all the players loaded and just get them onto the field, that'll be a good start, and I can start seeing guys standing there. That'd be pretty sweet. I also probably need to figure out how to, I don't know, face the players. Have them at least face the correct way. I don't know yet. Yeah. We'll worry about that, because it's like if they're on one side of the field, I don't want them all facing towards me, right? I've noticed it's weird, but why is my oh, is that just the result of this? Oh, weird. Okay. So, what do you think of the Broncos, man? After yesterday's, boy, it's like at least they're doing something different. That is my my text is Vister. Uh, um, what the heck is that? Fizim? What is that? Oh, versus. Huh. All right. Opponent team name. Yeah, let's try Fizz. Let's put the right there and take this one out, shall we? See what happens when we actually spell it correctly. Are we done? Did it finish? All right, so do I have to make any changes? Change the matchmaking, added, updated changes to, added, load all team logos, updated, start matchmaking, how it works, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, so, so can these fields be removed? Okay, how come this didn't update then? Something's weird. How come it says they already removed, then why is it not compiling them? Oh, probably because there's errors. Huh. preventing refreshing. Fidgeting. I need a versus image. I want to put something there that's kind of cool. I don't know. I just feel like an image would be cooler for a versus. But huh. Maybe I should change the color of this to something like I don't know. I feel like okay, where's that come from? Whoa. Why'd that change the color of my text? Oh, is that part of my, oops. I didn't know that was part of my text. I don't know if that'll work then. I kind of like the, I guess I may have to think of like a I may have to create one for button text so I could change the color on it. Probably better I had a button text one anyway. Let's go to fonts here. We will go to my fonts and then I'm going to create one for body. Let's go. And then this one will just be called let's just try this Cardo for first fun here. I'm going to change this one. We're going to have it be bisque, Navajo white. Sure, why not? And what did I? It's basically the same. I just changed the text. Okay. And then this guy. Changed to button text. All right. I'll try that. Yeah. We will go. No, let me make this hide. I don't know if I like this border though. I I'm thinking I want to turn that off, which would mean setting this to 1. So I think if I go to 0, it will actually banish the whole thing. Oh, it doesn't. Never mind. And I don't think that'll put a border on that, but we will. I think that's only if. Let's go and go 1. And we'll do the same thing here. 1. And then I need one for, I need an image for this. Not sure how I want to. Look at all my interesting questions. I always think it's funny how I look back. I asked Siri. I asked what Siri's relationship to Geralt was, because I couldn't remember if there was any blood relationship between her and Geralt. I mean, I know he got her as what do they call it? Something surprise, something. Basically, he was like a godfather. But yeah, he's unrelated to her. I didn't know that. He just, takes care of her like a daughter. So I remember asking that. But I was all these interesting things, like I was trying to decide what drugs I could take for my cold together. I was trying to figure out what could I do that wouldn't, kill me in my sleep. So I was like, can I take naproxen and Dayquil? I didn't know what Dayquil could go with, because I wanted to take, because I had a pressure headache, and I was trying to decide what I could take. So it's just kind of funny looking through all this stuff and kind of going, what can I, what's allowed? So I have, when you do the discussion with Cortana now, she has a face. I gave her a face. She's allowed to have a face now. And when I do it on my phone, she has her face on my phone too, but it's kind of weird. I haven't decided what I think of it. It's almost like reminds you of Clippy. It's not Clippy, but it's like Clippy. Anyway, I was trying to see if I can get an image. I need a simple image of the word versus. Stylized. To fit in my game. So it should have a comic. What is my thing? I don't even remember what I forgot what my general term for what I want. Comic art style, stylized comic. Art style. With some dynamic lighting and digital shading. should have no background. No border. I will be using this as a graphical separator between two logos. Let's see what AI comes up with. I don't know. I'm not even sure what I want. I just want something that kind of looks kind of cool, but and fits in my aesthetic. I have no idea what I'm looking for, but I don't want it to be just straight up letters. I want it to be something like, you know, kind of some wavy, curly, explosive. Oh, it put the border on it. What the heck? I told it no. I don't want that. I just want the letters. It's all right. I can cut the letters off if versus is in the middle. I don't know why it felt like it had to give me the border. It's like it gets so caught up on. It's like I didn't even say anything about a border. I didn't even mention the word border. Just said no background. But it puts the border in there anyway. It's coming together. What the heck? There's nothing in there. Where's the letters? It's empty. Hello? There's no letters in there. What'd you do with the letters? It just did the border. Huh? The word versus is not even in there. I didn't even ask for a border. What is that? I don't even know what that is. All right, let's go see if Sora can do better. I tell you, man. Sometimes I don't even know where AI is coming from. They get their Sora back up, or is it still broken? Huh? Can't join Sora. You have to pay money to get anything that isn't. It's not even the latest Sora, because you have to pay to do Sora. It's kind of funny, but there's no, like, this bird doesn't even have, there's like not even any pedals on the bike. Oh, there is a pedal. It's way down here. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Gym, all in green. What is the deal with that? Is it green? What the heck is that plastic? Is it a plastic baby? Wait, did I not hit start? Oh. Wait, what is going on? Did it finish? Oh, man. Apparently, Sora's still broken. Sora's been broken all day. Let's see if ChatGPT can do its job. So maybe ChatGPT's, well, it can't be updating Sora. Sora just got updated, what, like a month ago? They're not likely to be updating that still, right? Let's see if, I mean, I can't pay for all of these AI things. I mean, I've already got plans to spend at least money on a month's worth of music ones. I want to do some music ones. I actually created a little music thing that I thought was kind of cool, but you can't download it unless you, you pay. And then I don't want to pay until I'm ready to spend some time in the music stuff. I got to start putting sounds in my game. So yeah, I haven't decided how that's going to work. It'll be cool to have that stuff available. But then I also have to do some more image generating where I actually have to pay because I need to be able to start doing my models and downloading them in higher quality. And so yeah, there's a lot of stuff I got to actually pay for some AI, but I'm only going to do like a month or so. I don't want to be doing a year's worth. It's too expensive. There is an AI. No, that's not bad. I don't know what's the deal with everything having to be yellow, but it's actually not bad. I'll use it for now. Do I feel it has to be yellow? No. But it does give me the vibe I'm looking for, so we'll go with that. It's not really a button image. We'll just go with team logos, player card image. I'll just throw it in common. Go here. Turn it into 2D UI, single, apply, and then we'll go over to my matchmaking versus image, drop it in here. Maybe make it a little bigger. All right, let's see how that looks. All right, so we'll file, save project, save, I don't know which one matters. Okay, so we'll hide this. And now when the simulates, now I just need to make sure it loads it. So when the simulation, when the kickoff fires, the simulation panel opens. Okay, what is the process flow to fire matchmaking? I click kickoff. Button. Simulation panel opens with matchmaking panel active. Matchmaking completes. Teams load. Matchmaking panel is set inactive. I am expecting just to clarify, sim type panel and simulation panel are two different panels. Sim type panel is the first screen you see when you click the simulate game button from the navigation. User selects type of simulation, sets the game settings. If different from defaults, then click kickoff. At this point, the sim type panel is no longer needed. It can close. It can be set active after activating the simulation panel. This is where the game will run. It displays the on-field scene. The matchmaking panel appears on top. With the on-field scene visible in the background. Adjust settings, clicks, kickoff, sim type, panel hides, simulation panel activates, see matching happens with logo cycling, matching about roster, team, current problem. Okay, so it's so I'm debating with AI, or not, I'm clarifying with AI what I want versus what actually exists. Looking at I don't see the simulation panel references in the sim type button manager. The code currently, let's see, simulation panel, or sim type panel, game settings panel. That would be Football Sim RT. Football Sim RT? Jumbotron simulation panel. Kickoff sim type panel. On-field view. All right, well, it's right. I mean, it doesn't exist, so to speak. Well, it is there. The sim type button manager has a pip manager variable, which is actually set to this simulation panel. Also, the on-field view is the raw image that is showing the simulation. What is Football Sim RT? I mean, is that the, what is that? Simulation panel, matchmaking. I don't know what Football Sim RT is. Those are my cameras. Actually, I don't know what Football Sim RT is. Is it in here? I have no idea what that is. Oh, wait a minute. I think that's a... that might actually be a... Is it a prefab? This is why I don't like to leave things in prefabs and assets, because I don't know what... I forget what they're supposed to be. It's a... What is that? It's an asset. What is that? How do I search? Football Sim. There it is. Oh, it's a render texture. Ugh. I guess. Huh. I don't even know what to do with that. It's a shader. Or it's in the shaders. I don't even know what that is. I should probably change its name, though, to something I can rename. even with RT, I have to know enough about this to know what RT stands for. So I have to say render texture because, yeah, if I don't, I will drive myself crazy. Football sim. Render texture. That way I can at least know what the heck I'm talking about. Okay, so now it's going to be here. It should say render texture. Okay, so at least now I know what it is. All right. So I don't need to ask Busy. Wow, it is there. The sim type button manager has a pip manager variable, which is actually set to the simulation panel. Fill view is the raw image that is showing the simulation. Team matching panel. Oh, team matching panel. Let's move this right there. So that'll hopefully that'll clarify it there, and hopefully we have everything we need. I have all the parts. See, this is one of the things when you deal with Claude doesn't know the hierarchy. It can't read this hierarchy. So you have to kind of tell it what you've got. And if you don't put it all in there, it can get confused as to what you're doing. So you have to explain parts and bits, which makes sense. That's why I like to use Bezier when I'm doing UI stuff, if possible. But when I'm doing something that's both back end, front end, where I'm plugging in the back end to some parts in the front end, and I got to send data back and forth, I use Claude through my Claude code so that it can tie all the parts together where possible. Sometimes I don't have the UI parts, and I'll have it do the back end parts. And sometimes I'll do Bezier and do the front end parts. And then they find out that they don't match. So I have to say, okay, well, we need to tie those together and turn them into a single line again. So that's what I had to do here, because I created the quick play code in the back end, got all the stuff supposedly in place. But it wasn't attached correctly when I actually did the front end stuff, because it wanted a different format for the front end. So I had to rebuild the front end the way I wanted it, and then reconfigure that tie. Now everything's kind of coming together, so we'll see. So the on-field scene is visible in the background during matchmaking. Should I update start matchmaking to activate the simulation panel, load on-field scene, show pin manager components before showing the team matchmaking panel? Yes. What time is it? It's 3:30. Oy. It's Friday, so I would like to see how far I can get this going, because I'm really pretty close to being able to start doing a match. I'm pretty sure I identified the kind of match. I only put in code to do quick play. So, but I think the other matches can be done pretty fast. It's just kind of what the code's going to do once you're there. Technically, I could probably match a specific team, but I'd have to get a team ID. I also want to start providing additional information, like when you match a team. I want to put in, like, I want to store two. I'm going to show two values when you see a team: the team's record in quick play, and their maybe I'll just do I need to show their record, or maybe just their win percent in quick play? and then your win percent in quick play. You know, I'll show you your win percentage in quick play, and then because is the record important, or is it the what do people prefer? Do you want to see your record? Like if you see a guy who's played 3,000 games and he's got a 68% win record, and you've only played 10, you could still have a 68% win record. Now, his 68% is more like what he is, right? Because he's played enough of people to say, you know. But still, I think that's kind of an interesting concept here. I'm trying to decide. I want to have something useful. I mean, I could show a record and show like this guy's played 3,000 and he's won, 1,700 games, and he's 1,700 and 1,300. Nobody's going to play that many games. But I'm just saying they could have a lot of games played in quick play. But I want to be able to do things like have people be on a ladder. But I don't want somebody who's like, you got to have a certain number of games before you qualify for the ladder. So you could do yeah. There's got to be some interesting logic there I could come up with. I know. I'm going to show your records and your head-to-head. So if you happen to match a player that you've played before, like in quick play, it'll say head-to-head 0-0. But if you ever play them again, it might say you were 0-1 or 0-2 or 0-8. And you're like, whoa, I've never beat this guy before. But that'll be great early on because there may be only a handful of people playing the game, and you might play the same person a bunch. But in time, you may never see a guy match again. You may just be 0-0, 0-0, 0, and eventually you'll just have that 1-0 against him. So, all right, what do we got? Did everything save? Everything's compile-y. Okay, let's save. I don't think. Let's see. Are we done? You're not still working, are you? All right, let's see what happens. All right, let's go here. Let's fire things up and see where we end up. I expect it to break, but at least I should start hopefully. Oh, interesting. Look, my render texture actually gets stuff once the game starts to run. I didn't know that. All right, we're here. Everything's happy camper. We can click around, see all my cool little pop-ups. This doesn't have, it's not supposed to have. Oops. You're not supposed to have, and you're not supposed to have. How come those have? Boo. Gotta go fix that. Sim type panel. Sim type buttons. Show game settings. Scrimmage. Okay, so that's not working. Let's go back over here. Show game settings options don't appear to work for the sim type buttons. When I uncheck box and save, it still shows the game settings above the button. In that case, it should only turn off. Should only turn off the game settings panel, not Okay, so you can see here I've got the show game settings. Now, scrimmage and league are going to be different. They don't use the game settings in the same way. And you can see this guy here has this element 0. This is head-to-heads. They actually require an extra panel. So there's an extra panel and thus an extra sizing that goes in. You have to put in the team ID. But others just show how much time you want on the clock. So it's not a lot of game settings. Eventually I may have more. I have to figure out how to put that in with the UI though, because things could get kind of cramped. Remember, we're dealing with the possibility that we're working on a phone, and I have yet to see what this looks like when I'm working on a phone. So that'll be a thing. I don't have, we're gonna see what this does here. I'm gonna see in a moment. Oops, this got to compile. Oops, nope, that's not gonna work, is it? I think we have a compile error. Oh no, I guess not. Okay, just had to clean up. Alright, so we're here. Okay, so we're good. Everybody's gets them that's supposed to get them. See, like he's got this team ID. So now if I go here, this probably looks all messed up a bit. Oh no, check it out. That's a little cramped, but it does fit. It's just that my text box is on top of it. That's kind of a problem. But beyond that, it's not bad. This is what it would look like if you're on my fold and the screen is closed. But everything else looks okay. I got to figure out how to deal with that. I may have to lower the buttons even farther, or yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do that one. I haven't solved this problem completely. I could just have, when you're on this page, get rid of the panel and then just have this, maybe just have this button showing so that none of this other stuff, because that one doesn't even need to be visible really when you're here. I mean, what good is it? To be honest, it just has no function. But I should just hide them all. All right, well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and bring it back to full size. All right, quick play is the only one I'm working on, so let's see what happens when I fire this. Oh, okay, we get a bunch of errors. Kind of what I thought would happen. Just because. Yeah, so some stuff didn't fire as I expected. So we have a matchmaking panels inactive. Going to have to implement lazy loading for the matchmaking panel and the simulation panel, because they will be inactive when the application starts. This is resulting in some errors. When I click the kickoff button. I do like that the AI can now read text. It's actually quite good at reading text. In fact, it's amazingly good at reading text. Remember how OCR used to be crap at reading text? You would like give it a document and it would be like 80%, 20% of the words would be just like, what? mangled. It was just unable to do it. Now it seems like AI just reads your text. It's like, okay. It's like it doesn't have any problems reading your text. Did it fix already? That was quick. All right, let's go see what that does. Using a coroutine. I put in the instructions to never use coroutines unless absolutely necessary. Necessary. I don't even know how to spell necessary. I know there's an I in there, but necessary. I don't know. It's not telling me I'm wrong, but I know I'm wrong. Necessary. Okay, I totally lost it. I have no idea how to spell necessary anymore. Necessary. Oh, I don't know. And so far, I have not seen where it has been necessary. It's like AI just always wants to put. I don't think it always looks at your instructions, by the way. So if you give it instructions, be prepared for it to do stuff that the instructions say don't do, because it doesn't do it. It will ignore your instructions sometimes, like coroutines. Keeps creating coroutines. No matter how much I tell it not to create coroutines, it says, I'll be looking through and going, wait a minute, why does this say can't load coroutine? Can't do this with the coroutine? I'm like, there shouldn't be any coroutines. Instead of coroutines, you use awaits. The other thing is serialization versus singletons. A lot of times, it'll try to tell you to create objects in your UI that just reference a script. And the script, I mean, it's nothing else. It's just a reference to a script, which is like, well, why do I need to reference a script with a UI object? It doesn't do anything else. It's not like an image or a panel or anything else. It just references a script. And it's like, that's really like, why would you go out to the UI to come back? And why not just reference it in the back end? At what point is there a reason for this to actually ever go through the UI? And so I keep telling it to stop serializing scripts unless you absolutely need them in the front end. So the only time I want anything serialized is if it needs to reference a UI object, like we're doing something with a UI object, something in the hierarchy that's required. Everything else should be ran on the back end, singleton only. Just keep it clean, keep things where they belong. Now, that might be something you need if you're not a coder. I am a coder, and I don't believe you should be going through the UI for anything. But if you're not a coder, you might want stuff in front. You want to be able to reference your script right there, because you don't want to go into the code to look at stuff or reference things. You don't want to have stuff running in the background because to you it's nebulous. I get it. I mean, I can understand, like, if you're trying to do everything through UI, you want everything visible to you in the UI. So whatever code is being created, you want to be able to just click on that code object here in the UI and go to it. I don't feel like things need to be visible to me. I want my code, back-end stuff to stay in the back end. UI code in the back-end code in the back. I don't want stuff all where they don't need to be. Stay in your lane. Code, stay in your lane, man. Stop trying to be where you don't belong. All right, let's see what this compiles to, and we will try it again. So I implemented lazy loading, which basically just means, hey, if the item's not active, activate it yourself. Stop expecting things to be active. So often the AI wants to say, it'll tell me, it's like I'll say, this thing isn't working. And it goes, oh, set it active. I'm like, I don't want them active. I don't want anything active on my app until it's needed. So the only thing that needs to be active at any given point at the start of my app is the home screen. Home screen will then activate whatever it needs to that's down in here. And then home screen will activate, like, you know, the app loading panel, the animations, the startups. Those things will then trigger what they need to load, and so on and so forth. So these things are all inactive right up until something actually calls them. Now these are objects that don't, these are just like UI objects. Okay, so background camera. I don't even know what I'm using that for, to be honest. I don't remember what I'm doing with it. Training manager. Now this one does references UI objects. This is the training pieces that are going to go through, and this is when you start the app, it teaches you how to do stuff. That's what that is. And I'll have to create a whole bunch of stuff. This is going to be big and long and whatever. It's going to be connected to all the UI parts. Training triggers. These are the different places where I'll be starting. This too will probably have a lot more stuff on it. First launch training ID, simulation panel training ID. So I have to add these. Right now it's these panels, but I may have to add more panels to launch. I may even have to ask it to give me some more training triggers so I can add other stuff that when they fire, it does what it has to. But for now, it may even be that I can't really just build this training manager. Maybe I can, I don't know. I just have to connect the parts, but we'll worry about that later. But these things just kind of sit here and do their thing. They are UI attached, but they're not UI dependent. So we're loading fantasy football, loading up all of our logos and images and characters. And then bam, we're up and loaded. I still don't like the way that flashes. There's got to be a way to stop that from flashing like that. But we'll go back in here. We already know this stuff works. We'll click this. And kabooey. Nope. Navigation panel. Something. All right, well, we still got problems. Proteins. You know what? What is today? Oh, we're into November. We're in a whole new month. I don't know how that works. Oh, I have my Copilot back. Oh, I have Copilot back. See, I don't know if I'm going to use Copilot as much. If I can keep using Claude, I might just do that. I may get rid of Copilot. Let Copilot expire. Well, I mean, like, not renew it, which I would have to do by December, I think. It's getting toasty in here. I am about ready to call it a week. So this guy, let's go ahead and stop this for now. Something about my image down here. Animated. Login. Oh, that's this one. Something's weird about this guy. He comes in and he gets set, but maybe I should just make. Maybe I should make this like a 1. just so it doesn't come in white. Let's see what that does. Oh. 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 That could be. I haven't updated my servers in a while here. Let's bring these back around. All right, so let's go here. Let's stop this guy. And enter. And we'll go to get bash. Go run dot. Oops. Oh. CD FPFM go ms / simulator. Go run dot. Assuming he doesn't blow up. With the latest updates. It's thinking about it. Still thinking about it. Still thinking about it. While that runs, I'm going to have to stop you too. Go ahead and close that one as well. Go to bash. FPFM, go ms / gateway. How are we doing? Oh. We've got errors, folks. You are right. I have not restarted simulator service, which, as it turns out, has some errors. Alright, so I should probably go. Let's go ahead and go to common. Bash. CDPFM, go ms / common. Let's see if that's a problem. I see there's a separate player skill service, but it also doesn't have get player by ID. Get player by ID should probably exist in the player service. Or if not, that is probably where it should be created. Alright, let's go see what this does. Alright, so I've regenerated the make gen. Alright, so now I gotta also restart players, it seems. Restart a few of these here. cd pfm.ns co/players co-run dot. All right, that one started. We'll try simulator. Co-run dot. Okay. And then I don't know what it's doing, but I'm going to pretend like it's done. I'm going to go ahead and run this. Everything's running. Everything kicked off, no errors. While it's doing whatever it's doing, let's go see what this does. I'm gonna just pretend like AI is not in the middle of something and working on breaking my code. I'm thinking maybe it was just working on a document telling me, okay, this is what happened, this is what we did. We'll find out in a minute. If I'm still getting errors, I'll go back and see what AI was working on. I've got so many app ideas that I want to build. Okay, so okay, so here's a problem I have faced. And I don't know that anybody else in the world has faced this problem. But have you ever noticed that when you set an appointment in your calendar or whatever your calendar of choice is, for me, it's either Google Calendar or Outlook, Outlook.com calendar, the one on my Android phone. It gives you a notification option. When do you want to be notified? 15 minutes before, an hour before, blah, 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 blah. And the way it notifies you is sometimes it pops up a little thing on your screen, but it only stays there for like a second, right? It pops up. After a bit, another message comes in, another thing, it disappears, it's gone. And it might be in your notifications at the top of your screen, but unless you check your notifications all the time, you have no indication that it actually fired. So if you weren't there, you missed that small window where the notification appeared, you may not see the notification. And there won't be another reminder, won't beep at you again, and won't say, hey, you have this notification. Kind of like if you ever use the Outlook application, the Outlook app. Remember, it used to have, or it probably still does, I just haven't used it in a long time, but it pops up a little window that shows you all your things that you have pending, notifications, meetings you got coming. But oftentimes, if you're working or if you're doing something on another screen, it could come up and it could end up behind something. And then it ends up being this little icon on the bottom that might be red. I missed a number of meetings because that thing would load up and it would just sit there on my bottom of my screen. I'd never see it. And there's no audio, there's no taking over your screen, there's no alarm. If it's important, truly important, like let me know when a TV show is about to start. Okay, that's not important. Who cares? A regular notification is good for that. This thing's due on this day. Well, it could be important, but if it's just like, re-up my subscription on my health club, if you're late on that a little bit, whatever. But if it's something like my boss wants to meet with me at this time, you probably don't want to miss that. And that's like, you can't have a notification that's not going to like say, hey, buddy, you got an important meeting in an hour. So I want to, I've heard that there's, you can put in functionality to set an alarm. And I always thought, why don't they set an alarm? Because when you do an alarm, it pops up, it rings, it keeps ringing. And even if 10 minutes goes by, like it might stop after a few minutes, but then it'll pop back up after a little bit and start ringing again. Like on my phone. If you get an alarm, it might go away for 10 minutes, but it'll come back in 10 minutes and say, hey, this alarm, you got to dismiss it. So it's going to keep coming back and you can't miss it. And then plus it's an alarm. So your phone is bing, 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 bing. You have to come to it. You have to see it. And even if you're not with your phone at the time it's on, like I said, it comes back in 10 minutes. So if you set it far enough in advance, you're going to be near your phone probably, unless you left your phone at home. That you got this notification coming. You're going to get an alarm and it's going to show. And I use alarms all the time. I use my clock alarms for everything that's just like, I have to do it. It's an important be there, be square kind of situation. And where's my thing here? That didn't, my icon didn't show up. So did I turn it off too much? I must have turned it off too much. Oh, so that's dimming my whole icon. So that doesn't work. That's not good. So, I got to figure out something else for that. So I guess that doesn't work. Okay, so I'll deal with that later. Let's see what kickoff does. Ooh, lots of errors again. All right, let's just do this one first. Object reference not set to something out. Game setting panel. Position, pop size, pop up. Unity set, navigation, set active. So this is the one that's first. Because this is like a object. Yeah. This is still a problem there. Still a problem, and I don't think this has anything to do with my my back-end services not working. What's it doing? Common API Protoc. Good for installed. Oh yeah, it installed it. I already had that on there. I already ran proto. It was fine. It's still chugging away. I guess I can have Bezzy take a look. All right, Bezzy, tell me what's going on with this. I'll say key fall. Let's go to this new page and just run a new one. I'll let Bezzy take care of this one while it's a front end issue, I think. I mean, if it's something back end related, I'm sure it can point that out to me too, but yeah, see, I knew it was something to do AI. I kept telling it to make it visible, use lazy loading, but it kept saying, oh no, this is a back-end problem. So now it's working on the back end. Don't get me wrong. There was something, don't get me wrong. AI was correct. There was back-end problems, but it wasn't the problem that I'm currently having. All right, select button, which then calls game settings panel. However, the game panel awake. All right, so let's see how that works. Let's go back here and we'll hit stop. Let's see if we can get past issue number 1, and then we'll go to issue number 2. Because the matchmaking panel should become active, but hopefully after we get the first part active, the second part will become active. So I probably should have replied to this. I knew you were going to Costco. I don't have anything. That's why I didn't reply. I was thinking about stuff, and I just couldn't think of anything. So I probably should have said so. But I think whatever you bring home is fine. Oh, she's probably outside now. In fact, I should probably call it because I think my wife's home, and she just went to Costco, so she's probably going to have stuff she needs my help with bringing in. So that'll mean me putting on shoes, going outside. I have her text up, so I mean, if she does say, yeah, I need you to come out, but yeah, I gotta fix that. Click on that, and okay, so it did get better. We don't have as, oh wait, maybe we don't. Yeah, we do. All right, we're good. It did go one step farther, but we're still having matchmaking is inactive. Let's get this one fixed. Now, I figure all three of these should be fixed when this one is fixed, because it's about making sure that that's active. That should take care of a number of problems, because we got 1, 2, 3. I am. All I did was check them. I don't think it did anything. Team players, player ID. I don't think it added any new code. What did it do here? Oh, do I need to stop players? Alright, stop players and run players again. Just in case I missed something. I think it just built what I had already built. I don't think it did anything, but go undone. But just in case, it still thinks there's something there. Right. Well, it's actually, it got rid of the need for it to even be active, which is kind of nice. Not sure why that was even a thing if it didn't need to be, but. Alright, what errors? Oh, we are definitely less errors. And now we actually have protocol errors, which is definitely a back-end issue. I will go ahead and, just for the sake of being sure, I'll close this. All right, I gotta fix this. This did not work, so let's set that back at 100. I was just hoping that. All right, so we'll just before I complain to AI and go, hey man, things still aren't working, I'm going to first restart the simulator after it did that change. just to make sure everybody's getting the latest, greatest of the processes. Okay, so now we're back to that. We'll go ahead and attempt one more time, and then I will see where we are. Something's up. Let's see. It is calling API simulator, which is the right thing. We're trying to find a match, which I think works. Well, for whatever reason, it's only half full. I don't know why it's only half full now. I thought I went to 100. Don't know why that did it. But we'll go here. And bam, we're still having an error. Okay, so we're gonna just take one at a time. We'll take that over to AI. We're just knocking these out. Again, you know, I could probably figure some of these. A lot of times I'll let AI take a shot at things. Probably too many times before I finally go, let me do it. And if I could see something obvious, it's quite possible, like what's going on here is it either doesn't exist, we're not getting a proper call, we're not making it. I'm thinking what it might have done was not update the gateway API. You know, it creates the file, but it doesn't always put in the gRPC a file call, so that when you call from the UI, it exists in the gateway and in the gRPC. Then it goes to the function and runs a function. But it creates the function and all that stuff just fine, but often forgets to create the gRPC links so that it can be called from the UI. So when the UI makes the call, it's like, hey, it's not there. Or it doesn't provide the right pieces and things don't come in. So, and that's usually the case. And usually AI can figure that out once it goes, oh, yeah, this isn't there. After I fixed the other parts, I realized the parts I fixed don't exist in the part it's trying to call. Hey, but on the good side, I've gotten through this 2.5 hours of coding time, and I've only done a little bit of coughing. So that's good, right? That means I might be able to get through my my rehearsal tonight without. Man, I have a lot of freaking lines. I got a lot of freaking lines. I thought I had a lot of lines. I had 137 lines when I did my last play, The House on Haunted Hill, and I was the lead. I mean, the main character guy. I was in almost every scene. It was just one of those things. But a lot of his lines were just like, 2 or 3 lines. So when I say lines, in script speak, lines are each time you speak, not actual physical lines. Okay, which makes sense, because if you have a document that's in landscape form, it may only be 2 lines, but if you put it into a tiny little portrait mode, or even on a phone portrait mode, or you make the text huge, you could have 50 lines. So it just says each time you speak. But on a words level, I probably got double the amount of words I had in the other one, and I'm not even in the play the whole time. I have some of the longest dialogues in this play. I mean, there's points where I'm just like talking and talking and talking. It's not excessive, but it's a lot at once for a me, for a me kind of actor. Because I'm not used to that much. I mean, it's a good challenge, but boy, I've had to do a lot of reading and studying and really trying to, because we're supposed to be off book, effective tonight. Well, effective last week, but I was sick last week, so I didn't go last week. Everybody's going to be kind of iffy. I mean, I'm going to have my lines with me available, but I'm going to try to do the stuff that we're doing off book, or at least mostly. And we're doing one of my meatiest lines or meatiest parts tonight. So Act 3, it's a lot of Act 3 me, mostly at the beginning, and then we'll see what happens after that. But if I can get through my part, which would probably be like the first 10 minutes of the whole play, and then and then of the whole scene of the whole night, and then they'll be doing a bunch of other stuff, and then we'll probably go through it again, and then we might do some Act 4. And Act 4 again, I think starts with me, if I remember for sure. Well, no, that's actually not true, because I'm Act 3, Scene 3. So I'm not actually at the beginning of Act 3. So Act 3, Scene 3 is me. It's a lot of me. And then there's like a 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, I don't know. I'm in a lot. But when I'm not in, I'm out for large chunks. I'm not like constant. I'm like Romeo or Juliet, who are, one of them is pretty much always in the scene. Mostly. They're in almost every act between them. They cover the bases. So let's see. What am I missing? Players. Perfect. The player service executable exists but isn't running. What do you mean it isn't running? I did run it. It is too running. Wrong. I'll start it again, but I know it's running. And then I will start Gateway again, just to make things happy. Okay, so now we're all up and running again. We will, let's just see what happens if I click again. That's clear. Oh yeah, I can't because that's not going to work. Did I like set this to 10 or something? All right, I knew I said, I know. Oh, 100 isn't the top. Oh, 255 is the top. My bad. I should probably get my shoes in. What's the weather like out there? Maybe I'll just wear my slippers. Slipper time. My wife's gonna be home in a minute. I just gotta make sure I'm kind of ready to run out and help her. Ah, it's still showing the white block. I gotta stop doing that. Is there a way to? Maybe I set this not visible until it's set. Maybe that's, or it's kind of bugging me. All right, so AI is wrong. You're wrong, buddy. Still getting the error, even though the and player service is running. I have also restarted the gateway. It is still 500 error, right? Yep, 500 error. this is the complete list of errors that occurs when the kickoff button is clicked. All right, well, as you can see, I'm not there yet. Trying to get past these errors. Perhaps by next time, I will be past it. But progress being made. We're slowly creeping up on the simulation. Once this does load, it should look pretty cool. Hopefully, cool enough to look cool, to be cool. Man, I got a lot of crap open. Man. We will get this to fully load up, and I don't know. I don't know what I should do here. Something's not quite right. I want the logo of the team that's currently active available, but I think I want to do something better with it. Like, I want to brand locations, maybe put it on the windows or the doors, or just kind of maybe drop an image version of it in the middle of my field, just kind of brand my zone. That'd be cool. And then just so it integrates better than just being on the screen. I don't know, there's gotta be something I can do. I don't know what yet. It's just a little too flat. I don't know what to say. There's something I can do with that. I don't know. Not the visual. See how these guys are nice and cool and kind of 3D-esque? I wonder if I can do something with this. Give him a poppy 3D feel. I don't know. We'll come up with something. Until next time, God bless.